Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Both from the 19th hole, and it is tournament announcement time. I'm sure you all are wondering why is it Wednesday and we're getting this tournament announcement. Well, hopefully I'm going to be able to answer that question for you here in a few minutes. First of all, though, I want you definitely to pay attention down to these links here towards the bottom. These are my contact links for social media. So if you ever want to get a hold of me on Facebook, that is the Facebook name to get a hold of me on. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Snapchat, you can follow those accounts. And if you want to find my community page on Facebook, just search Golf Clash the 19th hole and you can become part of the community. So, yes, we do have our next major of the year. That is 100% correct. It is the Fall Major, and it's going to start on Monday, November 25th, which, yes, that is Thanksgiving week for those of you here in the United States. So that'll definitely be interesting to try to fit in our rounds around all of the family activities that we have going on normally. But it'll be fun. We were kind of hoping to have a new course here, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a new course, and I'll get into that a little bit in just a minute here. First of all, let's go over the basic information for the tournament. We have our four divisions, as always: rookie, pro, expert, and masters. Because this is a major tournament, there are extra points on the line here, up to 50% extra points depending on your place. So those of you getting like in the top three are really going to cash in for your clans points wise as far as the points goes for these tournaments. It's really good payouts. The prizes are the same, which I've always kind of thought that for a major tournament they should do something different with the prizes. Maybe like a different type of ball or something just to kind of spice it up a little bit. But all right, this is how it's going to be, and the same prizes, same format. If you get to the weekend round, you get a prize. And they do scale down for what you see here on the screen. These are the first place prizes. As always, do remember that when you do win during the tournament, you do also receive tour chests, depending on the division you play in. If you play in the rookie, you receive a tour 3 chest per win, pro tour 6, expert tour 9, masters tour 12. And I've always thought that the tour chests were a little bit better in the tournament than they were in the tour, but I've had some people that have said that is not true. I don't know. To me, it seems like you get a few extra club cards out of the tournament chest than you do out of the tour chest, but maybe that is just a legend or a myth. I don't know. These are the rules for the tournament. Rookie, pro, expert, masters. As far as the tee position goes, as always, the rookies play from the first tee, the expert and pros play from the second tee, and the masters play from the third tee. The wins do increase depending on what division you play. Of course, the higher level division, the higher level the wins. Also do the needle speeds. They increase as well as you go higher in the divisions. And then the expert and the masters have the hidden spin. So that means you can't see your opponent's spin or ball guide when they're setting up their shots. In the rookie and the pro, you still do get to see these. So, moving on to what the heck was happening. Why did we wait an extra day for an old course? Well, this is what happened. Playdemic sent out a tweet. It says, although we did have a new course prepared for this tournament, this has unfortunately been delayed due to some performance issues that were found during testing. And then they go on to say, we're constantly striving to create the most beautiful courses possible for Golf Clash players to enjoy, but we don't want to do that at the cost of performance. Don't worry though, the new course is on the way. So basically, I think after the dreaded Dunes tournament, and they had a lot of issues with the course, I think they did not want to push out another course and have similar issues. So for that, I applaud Playdemic for not pushing through the course and waiting to get it correct. The only thing that does kind of stink is that we do have to now play a recycled course for a major. But the good news is, it's a fun course. It's the Eagle Peak course. Some of these holes we've only seen one time, and that was when we had Eagle Peak for the previous Fall Major last year. And some of these other holes we have seen a few other times as well. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to go into these holes. I'm going to talk about the elevations for the holes, and I'm going to tell you where you can find these holes as far as what other tournaments these holes were in. So if you want to go back into the streamers' content, you can actually go back and watch some of the content for these holes to get a really good idea on how to play them. I myself personally do plan to put out some content. These will only be available on Tour 8, so that means only T2 people will actually get the chance to really practice these holes. So the rookies kind of get left out in the cold. Luckily, though, I do have content from this course from previous tournaments, so I will be doing a rookie video guide where I show you, how to play these holes using my tournament content. So you're actually going to get to see these holes played in tournament style wins, which is a lot better than showing you in tour play, because a lot of times in tour play you don't get the same type of wins that you would see in a rookie content tournament. So we'll be doing a rookie video. I'm going to be doing the rookie guide as always, and we'll be doing a pro expert guide, and we maybe be doing a pro expert video as well, like we're doing for the rookies, and we'll see. It'll just depend on the time that I have here. So we are going to turn off the camera here. We're going to go into just voice mode, and we're going to talk about these holes here, and we'll be back in just a second. Alright, so we are back, and let's go ahead and start with hole number 1. This is a hole that we've seen many times. We saw it in the Fall Major, the second anniversary tournament, and then also the Great Outdoors tournament. So, with this information, you can go to your different streamers that you like to watch. You can go back into their history, type in these tournament names, and find their old content. And I would just suggest to skip through the videos, to these particular holes, and just kind of help, refresh your memory on these holes. Or you can just wait for me to put out the videos as well. That'll work as well. So on this hole right here, off the tee box, if you're playing it to the left-hand side, if you're either playing the shot through the trees or maybe the shot that kind of curls around here, plus 20% off the tee box here. If you're going to be playing the shot that goes just straight down this fairway, you're not really need to worry about the elevation for that shot, because you're just trying to get your shot down to that area, past that tree line, to have a straight shot to the hole. The second shot, however, would be plus 10% for the second shot from over there. There's always this huge shot that people play off this hill, and they try to bounce it off this pad and roll it onto the green that way. Don't forget, there is a nice little bit of a funnel here on this green, playing back to the hole. If you can get down in this zone right here and play your shot to there, that's another opportunity to play this hole. And I'll go into more detail as far as spins and stuff like that goes on the guide. This is just kind of a quick hit refresh right here. So yeah, 20% going to the left, second shot on the right or the left, plus 10%. Okay, plus 10%. Hole number 2, par 3. This one was in the Fall Major and the Great Outdoors tournament. And this one right here is a fun hole, plus 30% on the drive. You can either play a shot maybe from the front tees with your long iron off the fairway here towards the hole. From the second tees, we play the rough bump with the sniper towards the hole at plus 30%. And definitely a very fun hole to play. The way you're going to play that rough bump will definitely change as far as spins go. A lot of it will depend on the wind angle that we have. Because if you have to land your shot farther back in the rough, you got to go with more topspin. If you land it more towards the edge, then you go with less topspin. And the side spins always just matter, depending on the wind as well. So, definitely a fun hole. Look forward to trying to dial this one in. Hole number 3, and this one right here, for the most part, people are going to play this hole at, on the drive 0%. And they're either going to be playing it, bouncing it here or bouncing it there up this fairway. And that will depend pretty much, on the wind that we see. There is another option to play a power curl shot here, down this fairway, trying to get here to give yourself a straight on shot towards the hole. Other than that, you're going to be set up with a long iron or a wood shot here, straight at the green as well. This green does slope back right here, so you can use that to your advantage as well. And for the second shot, plus 10% here on these shots right here. If you can get the shot to the left over here, it is a very good look to the green that way. But I think most people prefer the shot to the right-hand side on the norm. Hole number 4, par 3, and plus 10% here on this shot. You'll either be playing your shot here, there. Some people will play the shot closer onto the fairway here. This shot right here is a rough bump with the sniper. This shot right here would be a shot with a wood that had a lot of backspin. And the shot up front is usually a Guardian shot, I mean a Goliath shot towards the hole that way. And I guess it could possibly be a wood shot as well, depending on the type of wind that we have and the way we have to adjust the shot as well. So those are your options for this hole, plus 10% for the elevation. Hole number 5, and this is a hole that is quite interesting, not one that we've had a whole lot. Basically, depending on the wind, it really depends on the wind. 0% here off the tee box, and either playing the shot right here and trying to roll it up here, or if you have enough topspin, you can try to play the shot down this hill and try to get it down in that area right there for an easy chip towards the hole. If you're up top and you are having to play the shot down towards the green, then plus 30% is going to be your elevation adjustment. And it's a tough shot because the way that the angle is on the shot, you can't really zoom in. So, you know, trying to go for a dunk is difficult because you can't really get that good zoom into the hole to really set up your ball guide, you know, where exactly you want it in the hole for the dunk. So it's a tough, difficult second shot from playing up there. There's also been some people that played a power curl shot here that brought it in and down the hill. So that's definitely a possibility as well. And really just have to wait and see what the wind look like on this hole to really kind of figure out what possibilities we have. But yes, if you're playing this hole just the regular way, you know, where you're bouncing it up to this zone right here, the drive will be 0% and the second shot is plus 30%. So just remember that. And hopefully we have a way we can get down towards the green for an easier eagle chip. Hole number 6. Plus 20% on the drive. We're trying to get up into this zone right here. Unless you want to play the safer shot, which would be over here. From there you would have a rough bump here towards the hole, or even a Guardian shot over here with left spin and backspin towards the hole. Playing it safe to the right is the more eagle approach. Playing it to the left gives you a chance for the rough bump for the albatross approach. And I think, you know, we can't pass up on albatross opportunities in these tournaments, especially this tournament where I have a good feeling this is going to be a very well scoring tournament. Not like the last one. This one's going to be some big time scores, in my opinion. So for the second shot on this hole, minus 10% for the rough bump is what we're playing. All right. It feels weird and it feels odd, but this is a rough bump that doesn't play like the normal rough bump. For some reason, something about it, even though it looks, you know, flat or downhill, it plays at a different type of elevation. That's just how it's always been. I know a lot of people have tried to work with the different elevations, and it just always seems to go back to a minus 10% for the elevation. Hole number 7, par 3, plus 10% for the elevation here. And you can either play the shot to the left into this zone right here, or you can play the shot to bounce to the right like that as well. Those are your options on this hole, and they stay the same for both the front and the middle tee. I don't get into a lot about back tee stuff because I think most people playing in the Masters really don't need these types of videos. So that would be why I don't really ever give information on the third tee in this type of video. But yes, the shot to the left is a wood. The shot to the right is a long iron for that shot, and it's a tough shot, but it's definitely a shot where you have the possibility to find the ace. I think there is some sort of a small funnel here on this hole going from the right hand side, but it's a difficult, moderate par 3, I would say. Hole 8. This is my hole. This is the hole that I aced in the last tournament. If you have not seen that ace, I have it pinned in the announcement section of the 19th hole called the Super Shot. And yeah, I aced it. It was awesome. So on this hole, plus 10% on the drive, and your options are playing either to one of these sides off the drive, and that's, more of the conservative way to play this hole. You can also play a shot over in here through these trees, try to hit the rough, and then trickle out into the fairway. The power shot that I played was a power curl shot that came over here, bounced in here, over the rough, hit the fairway, and then went into the hole. This green does slope back here as well, so you can use the back of that green to your advantage. And chips here along the edges of the green are very easy and makeable chips as well. So off the tee box, plus 10%. If you are going to be playing these more conservative routes to the left and to the right, then the shot down to the green is a difficult shot, but you would play it at plus 30%. But, another hole, I don't think you're going to get, it's going to serve you well to play it safe. You really need to go for that shot either through the trees here, where you bounce it down and roll out, or the power curl shot like I talked about. All right, hole number 9. We finish with this lovely doozy, and you can find this one on the Fall Major or the Great Outdoor. Hole number 8 was a Fall Major hole only. Hole number 7 was a Fall Major hole only. Hole number 6 was Fall Major, 2nd Anniversary, and Great Outdoor. Hole 5 was a Fall Major. And hole 4 was Fall Major, Great Outdoors. Hole 3 was Fall Major only. I stopped doing that as I got involved in doing this. So sorry about that. But that was the catch up to those. So, all right, hole number 9. You have options to play it to the right side or to the left side. If you're going to play it to the left side, from the first tee, you're probably going to be able to play over this rough. From the second tee, you're probably going to have to bounce it over the rough unless you have a really good tailwind. Then you can land it over the rough. You want to get this ball up as far up this fairway as possible, and you play 0% here. Maybe plus 5% depending on the wind, but somewhere between 0 to 5% on that shot to the left. Your second shot here, you're going to go either for the rough bump here, you're going to play a shot here, trying to up the slope and back down to the hole, or even straight to the hole. I would play that second shot at plus 20% for the shot on the left-hand side. Now, playing the shot to the right-hand side. For the first shot, you can play at, plus 5%, I think it was plus 5%, but basically you're going to hit the fairway and just roll your shot up here to the end. You can possibly also play the rough bump here to get to that same spot. End result, you want to be somewhere in that small circle towards the front of the fairway, and that's either a quarterback or like an APOC or a Thor and or extra mile. Just depend on what you're at level-wise and what you have the best ability to make shot-wise, either off the fairway or off the rough. If you play the rough bump, you're using topspin. If you're playing shot off the fairway, then you're using more backspin. So for the second shot, it kind of depends. Are you landing it up here or are you laying it down here? If you're laying it up in this area right here, I would say it's more of an uphill shot, so like minus 10%. But if you're landing it over here, that's much farther down because this does go downhill right here. And I would just play that at somewhere around 0%. And you do want a driver with topspin because you're going to roll your ball through here towards the hole or even up the slope and then back down to the hole. That was a popular way to play this hole last time. But if you're going to play it short, you're going to end up somewhere in this zone right here, and then you're going to have a small chip to the hole from there. So if you're back here, I would say minus 10%. If you're up here, 0% for the second shot. And that's my suggestions. Those elevations can sometimes definitely change depending on these holes that we play, because sometimes you can factor in adjustments into the elevation, and it's just easier to play a different elevation than to worry about all these extra adjustments. So we'll see what we have wind-wise, and then we'll make our adjustments and decisions based on that. So anyways, thank you all very much. That was the info video for the Fall Major. Thank you very much for being here. Definitely check us out on Facebook at Golf Clash the 19th Hole, like you saw at the beginning of the video. And hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And definitely please hit that share button. Share it with your friends. Share it with your clans. Help me get those views up. Y'all have a good day. God bless.